Hi, Jeff.
Hey, it's Owl Man Paul. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Very good on a nice morning like this.
We're at Hunter's Manor Park today in the city of Pompano Beach. Jeff has been an owl guardian extraordinaire over the last 15 years. He's been taking care of these owls. This park was built in 2007.
Yes.
And you were telling me that you were here when the park was being built?
That is correct. We moved in a couple blocks over in 2005.
Okay.
And I saw that when they were constructing the park, the owls were protected. They had already been here prior to the park construction.
Ah.
So I think they did some kind of an assessment and determined that they would protect the owls. So when the park was built, the owls remained.
Very good. So these owls predate the park. They've been here, nobody knows how long. This was their land all along.
That is correct.
Wow, and they're still here today, 2021.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you're like the owl guardian extraordinaire. I don't know anyone who's been watching over the owls in Broward County longer than you have.
Well, Paul, you know, in an exposed spot like this is a very busy park, public park. As you can see, there's bathrooms, barbecue pavilions. Yesterday we had a huge political event here. So the park sometimes has 300-400 people in it. So it requires constant vigilance to make sure that nothing gets down in the burrows, bottles don't blow in and obstruct the burrows, keep them trapped in there. So it's pretty daily maintenance just to take a walk around the perimeter and make sure everything's okay.
In 2016, Project Perch got involved. There was a burrow collapse at the site. Can you tell me about that, Jeff?
Yes, we've always had at least 2 burrows. At that time, I had wood stakes around on my own with crime scene tape, trying to protect the birds, because sometimes folks will drive a motorcycle across here or a four-wheeler. So I had it staked, but the gentleman at the maintenance crew ran a gang mower over it, and of course, you know, the burrows are quite fragile for that kind of weight, and it collapsed. So I called Project Perch out, and you folks were nice enough to respond. Now I have 3 artificial burrows, and you can see I got a great big family once again.
Awesome. Very good. When the city was working with you and Project Perch for the installation, I saw pictures. They had a huge, was it a backhoe?
We had 10 crew people, 5 city officials, 2 yards of topsoil, and a front loader. So we had a big crew here to install the burrows. And they've been very good with us. The City of Pompano Beach has been excellent at maintaining the weed whacking perimeter inside and make sure the posts stick up and they're in good shape. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Kudos to Pompano Beach.
Yeah.
The pair of owls that was here originally back during that day, they were very prolific. How many babies have you had here over the years?
Well, over approximately 15 years, I have had 4 babies one time, or I guess we call them owlets. They're always babies to me. So I had 4 owlets in one of those years. All of the other years, I've had 5 or 6 every straight year.
Wow, 15 years you know of times 5 is 75.
75
and then
owls.
Some years you have 6.
Some years I have 6.
So we're guessing at least 80 owlets from this park.
Paul, you're correct. I know where there's other owl locations in the city. To me, this could be one of the biggest breeding areas in the county.
Wow, that's incredible. I heard a story about an owl that had 1 foot. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, for the past 2 years, he or she is not here this year, but he or she had 1 foot. It stopped right where her talon was, so she had like a peg leg, like Long John Silver, and raised 2 broods of babies successfully on 1 leg. I imagine the other parent did a majority of the hunting, but who knows? I can't be sure of that. It could have been just as good of a food gatherer as the other one. So they're mysterious. It's hard to tell for sure. Hey, you have a really good idea about a perch. Could we figure out a spot where perch might be best placed today?
Sure, let's take a look.
Okay. Hi, you guys, you're getting an amenity today. Yes. So, Paul, where do you think might be the best place to place a perch today?
On top of the mound in front of the burrow entrance is the best place. If a predator were to approach the owl, we want to have a direct line, exit line straight into the burrow.
Okay.
So perhaps one at the burrow over here on the right,
Okay.
and one over here on the left. These two burrows could share a perch. That should work out well for them.
That sounds like a plan. Let's go get the perches.
All right, very good. This is my invention.
Wow.
I came up with the idea and I
It's
had
amazing.
the materials.
These are amazing.
I put it together. These perches are actually T-mops.
Wow.
You can buy them at Fresco y Mas or Broward Fish and Meat. I talked to the manager there and she special ordered, there's 12 in a case. I bought 5 cases. You cut the bottom off, that leaves you another 24 inches without the T. I cut those 24 inches in half. That gives me 12-inch across, and I put it on a 12-inch section with a screw. And now I have more perches. These are very cheap and they're laminated, so they last longer. You'll get a good year, year and a half out of that before you need to replace it. There's your 3.
All right. You got any caps?
I do.
Excellent.
3 caps.
Perfect. I got glue at home, so that'll work fine.
I don't even glue them. If the posts get broken by the long cruise, you can put a fresh post in place and not have to change the rope. You just lift this off, throw away that short broken post, and put a new post in.
Jeez, who knew?
I figured it out after a few years.
Well, thanks for the tricks of the trade, Paul.
I can give you one of these today if you want it mounted on one of your posts.
Yes, that would be nice, Paul. That way I can, a couple of my signs are starting to show age, so I'll change one out, if that would be okay.
All right, awesome. I can just duck under here.
Okay.
Right on in. Probably about right here would be perfect. And you know what? We don't even need the hammer.
mallet.
Now, if you come at dawn and dusk, I guarantee you'll see owls up here on this perch.
Excellent.
Gives them a better vantage point. They'll protected from ground predators, gives them the elevation. And again, never higher than 24 inches, FWC regulation, and no PVC perches anymore. They want strictly wood.
Hey, you got a new amenity, you guys. What do you think? Pretty swift, huh? Pretty nifty. See, this one's worn out.
Okay. This is an educational
Okay,
sign.
then let's leave that.
I would replace one of the old Project Perch signs. This one or the one over there. And you know what? Instead of putting our sign on we could use this same hardware.
Yeah.
And put it on this post.
Okay.
So we can get a wrench.
You got all that stuff? I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah, I do. I have a couple crescent wrenches that will work.
Okay.
And okay, so we'll do that.
Alrighty.
Let's remove the white rope while we're here.
Okay.
It's okay, guys. We'll be out of your way soon. And let's get the bottom one started before we tighten. You have the other bolt. Please line up. Please line up. Okay.
Must be our lucky day.
It is our lucky day. That's perfect for now. All right.
Geez, Paul,
I think
we
we're set.
actually looked like we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, that's all right.
How about that?
That sign's nice.
I like
You
it.
can read it from way back here. People don't have to get so close to understand. Let's give these owls some distance. Perfect. Why do you do this? Why do you spend so much of your time out helping these owls?
Well, it's easy. I live 2 blocks over, and if I don't do it, who else would? I mean, it's quite simple for me to drive around and take a look-see, and I'm well known in the neighborhood, and I've been to different stores in the area. I've been in BJ's, I've been in Walmart. Hey, look, it's the owl guy. So that's what happens, you know. People, it's quite amazing. They know me more than I think they know me.
That's incredible.
So the neighborhoods come to accept these, come to accept the birds and treat them very well. It's a great place for them.
Awesome. Well, fantastic work. Keep it up. The owls are lucky to have you, Jeff.
Thanks, Paul. And lucky to have you maintaining all the burrows around the county and installing artificials. Thanks for your help, too.
Absolutely.